blocker on him. Throws it up for 8. Shot blocked by Antetokounmpo. What a block from Giannis.
17 seconds from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open. Chicago with the lead.
Minute remaining, and they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Ervin. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Taproom Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. Stacks on Stacks, lads. Joined with my man, Mr. Swerving Ervin Washington. Did we lose you, Irv? Are you there?
I'm good.
All right, we got Irv. How you doing, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling, watching some Pulp Fiction, ready to talk some sports.
All right. I like it. Damn, we got you frozen on the screen, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
That's all right. It'll catch up. We got your audio, so that's all that matters. We can hear you.
All right.
We can hear you. Yeah, man. Another great day of action. Colorado Avalanche take Game 4. I'm sorry, lose Game 3. Take Game 4 up 3-1 in the series. Before we get to recapping and reacting to that game, though, I do have to mention we are being brought to you by Tavour. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. With that being said, let's talk about this NHL game tonight, Irving. So Tampa Bay scores that first goal really quick. I think it was like 33 seconds into the game. Could have been called off because the mask was off. But nonetheless, they get that goal. And then Colorado ties it up. And then Tampa Bay gets Hedman gets a backhand goal that shouldn't have. I don't know how Kemper didn't stop that, but he didn't. They go ahead 2-1. Colorado really dominated the game after that, though. They tied the game in the third. I thought they had tons of scoring chances in the third. That game really could have gotten out of hand, but Vasilevsky once again stood on his head, which we kind of all assumed would happen. We weren't going to get like Game 1 and 2. Vasilevsky's better than that, obviously. But now it's 3-1. We head back. What was your thoughts on tonight's game, though?
It was a good. It started off a good.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Ervin? We may have lost Ervin. Well, before he gets back in here, he'll jump back in a second. This game, to me, if you watched the show last night, Ben and I really previewed this game when we got deep into it, and I said, probably the best bet in this series was taking Colorado over 2.5 goals because they only hadn't scored over 2.5 goals twice in the entire playoffs, one of them being Game 3. There was no chance I didn't think that they were going to score under 3 goals again. They end up scoring 3 goals, which is exactly what they need. But they had a ton of shots on goal going into that overtime after that third period. I thought after the first 10 minutes or so of the first period, I thought Colorado really took care of business, and they really dominated that game. And they're the better team, dude. We've been saying this all playoffs that Colorado is the best team. They were heavily favored in this series for a reason. -190 to open the series. Even last night, after the Avalanche come up 2-1, I mean, it was basically -290, -300 some spots. So obviously the Avalanche were a much better team. I think the biggest difference in this game in Game 3, and obviously the Avalanche kind of dominated those first 2 games, is that Vasilevsky came back, and I mean, he's a great goalie, and we knew this. He's been the best goaltender for the last 2 seasons. He's a big reason why the Tampa Bay Lightning have won 2 cups and are going for a back-to-back-to-back. And he was really the difference in most of their other series and why they are here today. But unfortunately, the offense couldn't really get anything going. I mean, in that overtime, Colorado had, I think it was 12 shots to 1 in the entire overtime. I mean, they were just coming at Tampa Bay in waves. And it was crazy. Just an absolutely insane. Oh, we got Ervin back in here. Here he comes. We got you back. We got you back. There we go.
Yeah, computer tripping.
It's all good. Everyone just had to hear me talk for 2 minutes, so they're probably over me. So I'm gonna pass it over to you. Like, what was your thoughts on tonight's game, and just how the game played out, and your thoughts on it?
I think it was a good game. It started off pretty back and forth. Tampa Bay been scoring pretty fast, so it's like for some reason the Avs just have mental lapses when it comes to defense. But they got it together. Like you said, they dominated pretty much from the second period on. If it wasn't for Vasilevsky, this game could have ended like 5-1, 6-1.
Shit, maybe even worse than that.
Yeah, he really stood on his head tonight and came up with a clutch performance. It's just his offense is letting them down, man, and they're getting too much pressure in front of him at times. They're getting multiple flurries on shots. It's like Tampa Bay cannot flip the momentum once Colorado gets it going, and you can only last so long with a team like that because they're not going to stop coming at you. Like I told you before, they got 3 legit scoring lines, and their defense is rock. Their defense got to be rock solid because their goalie is like average at best. Sometimes he's good, sometimes he's pretty damn bad. So
Yeah, no, he's definitely covered up by how good they are. And Colorado actually does have a great defense. It's just most people look at their defense because they're really good offensive players like Kale McCarr. So that's why people don't really necessarily look at the Avalanche and say, "Oh, that's a great defensive team." But I think their forwards even are great defensive players because I mean, after that first period, like Tampa Bay really didn't get many good shots on the net. You know what I mean? And like that, even that Hedman goal, like. That dude, he just flipped it up, and it happened to go past him. Like, it wasn't a good shot.
yeah, they blocked a lot of shots tonight too.
How many did they block? Is there a number? They only blocked 20 shots. Tampa was blocking hella. Dude, Steven Stamkos blocked like 6 shots, dude. Halfle was throwing his body out there.
Yeah, that dude was putting it all on the line. He is the leader. They're pretty much their best player. So let me look it up.
I mean, that was if you think about it, that was kind of a must-win game if you're Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they had to win that game because I think this next game is probably might be close, but I don't see them winning Game 5 at all.
Yeah, no, and we were talking, texting back and forth during the game, and you mentioned something. You said in like the overtime, you were like, "Dude, Tampa just looks gassed."
Yeah,
and that's just and alluding to something you said earlier, like Colorado just comes at you in waves, and they just. Dude, Tampa was just so tired at the end of that game, dude, and Colorado just looked like much the fresher team, dude.
Yeah, they don't stop. Then the announcers started talking about how long the series have went for the Avalanche. I mean, how long the series have went for
Tampa
Bay throughout the playoffs, and the Avalanche only did 1 6-game series. Other than that, both the other series was it a sweep? Was a 4-1? I think it was both 5 games and one. Yeah, both 5 games. So
and then one won a sweep.
Yeah, one was a sweep, and then they had 8 days off coming into the Stanley Cup. So
much more fresh team than Tampa for sure. And Tampa, like, you know, even though they swept Florida, their first round series was a tough one with Toronto. Toronto, I mean, if you're the Maple Leafs, bro, you gotta be kicking yourselves right now because you probably would be in the Stanley Cup if it wasn't for Tampa, bro. And then, obviously, the Rangers series was a tough series. And even though they won in 6, like, that was a grinded out type series. You know what I mean? It wasn't easy.
That one went 6 or 7?
That one went 6.
Oh,
6 games. Because remember, New York took a 2-game lead and then they lost 4.
They lost every game. Yeah, okay.
Tough for the blue shirts. What's your thoughts going into game 5 here? It's going back to Denver. Let me see if we have any lines out for it.
Vasilevsky has to play the best game of his life because
this game's on Friday, by the way. Right now, Colorado favored -164, Tampa Bay +149. Over under is 6 again, juice to the under -120. What do you think?
Everything was mostly even tonight except for the block shots, takeaways, and giveaways was pretty much even. It's just Vasilevsky has to be perfect for them to win, and like you said,
yeah. But after the first period, too, Tampa Bay only had 17 shots on goal the rest of the game, and and the Avalanche had 25, dude.
Yeah, Sinessa brought it up. They didn't get one shot off in overtime.
Yeah, that was ugly, dude.
Yeah, that overtime period, they got dominated.
So I mean, that game really flipped after that
Mhm.
first period, dude. And I thought it was once it was 1-1 after the first, I was like, damn, dude. The fact that this is 1-1, I mean, that's a win for Colorado, bro. They're going into the locker room saying, dude, we just got to win these next 2 periods, and we're walking out of here with a W, going back home, and we could take care of business. And I mean, it is a young team, and obviously Tampa Bay does have the championship pedigree,
Yeah,
so
but
you can't necessarily totally count them out, but I think we
yeah,
got to count them out.
Colorado's not playing like a young team at all. Kind of
Nah.
remind me of the Kings when they won the first year they won the Stanley Cup.
So this team's much better than that Kings team was.
I'm just saying, like they won on the road a lot. They won a bunch of overtime games. No lead was pretty much safe with them. So looks like they're the team of destiny.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they've been the favorite all year, though. I mean, this
Well,
was bound. This has to happen.
Well, I'm just happy. What's the name ain't three-peating.
You're over Tampa, huh?
Yeah, they don't deserve nothing nice. They already got a Super Bowl.
Seriously, walked backwards into the Super Bowl. That shit ain't even fair. Are you wearing a Bad Religion shirt?
Yes, sir.
Hey, look at that. Swerving Ervin, man. Always coming with the nice band tees. I like it. Rocking a Nas.
Okay.
Nasir Jones. Let's go.
What's your favorite Nas song?
Man, I like the entire Illmatic record. But honestly, my favorite Nas song of all time is probably either Genesis or... I mean, honestly, my favorite record of his is probably It Was Written. I think that's like front to back one of my favorite records. Illmatic was really early. I was like fucking 6 years old when that record came out. You know what I mean? So
I like If I Rule the World.
If
You
I
Can
Rule the
Hate
World was
It.
good, but that's like a commercial fucking.
Oh, it don't matter. And then what's the name? One Mic. That's probably my favorite Nas song.
That's a good song too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good song. Ether might be. I know the song isn't like necessarily great, but just like the sonic of the song, like how it's produced and the just like how the whole song is, I think is a great song. Not necessarily the lyrics. It might be his worst lyrical song of all time, to be honest. But the way that it's just sonically put together, I think that's one of his finer joints right there.
Did he take that beat from somebody, or he made that beat?
Nah, someone produced it.
Okay, yeah, that is a hard ass beat.
Yeah, that beat's sick. But and that's it. You know, everyone always says Nas was never good at choosing beats. You know what I mean? So that one goes to him. It just so happens that it's not his best lyrical joint. That's usually what he fucking kills it at.
Yeah.
Honestly, both his new records have been pretty good. King's Disease, dude, those have been fucking pretty fire.
I haven't listened to him. I'll check him out. I know he made some good ass investments and made some big money.
Yeah, in crypto. Hopefully, he didn't hang on to those investments.
No, remember the inventions were like he invested in Ring and something else, and Amazon bought both of them.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he made a lot of money off that.
I do know that he was an early investor in Bitcoin though.
Oh well, hopefully he sold it.
Yeah.
Well, he was early. He really ain't losing because.
Yeah, no, I mean, if he bought it, like, I don't know how early, though. I just know I heard him talking about it in, like, 2014.
Oh, yeah, well, he was early.
But, I mean, imagine if he got it in, like, 2010 when it was, like, a cent. Those dudes put, like, $100 in, and they're fucking billionaires, or they were at one point.
Yeah, one dude that was playing Minecraft, he checked his and see how much money he was worth. It disappeared.
Oh, what?
So he was a Minecraft player, and his friends reminded him like, "Hey man, what happened to that money you put in Bitcoin, right?" And he did it like in I think 2010, 2011. This was like 2019. And he checked it and he logged out, and they was trying to call him and text him, and he completely ghosted them. Then he hit him back up like 3 months later and came back. He had like 400 and something million in his Bitcoin wallet.
Jesus, hopefully he sold it.
Yeah, he should have.
Dude. That's tough moving that kind of money though, dude. Like, how do you like? You can't fucking like wire that kind of money. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you gotta go to the bank and so you gotta
has to
explain
be.
what happened.
Yeah, and then you gotta like open fucking 20 bank accounts and shit just to fucking put it up, dude.
Yeah, because one bank ain't gonna let you hold that much in that one account unless
Hell no.
you
They're only gonna insure up to 250,000. So, I mean, that kind of money, dude, you gotta go to like a fucking one of those like Panama banks, dude, offshore.
yeah, private bank. You go bank with what's your boy name? Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah. Why is that my boy? Because I'm white?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he's not your boy. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Who owns Berkshire Hathaway?
fucking Warren Buffett,
Yeah, Warren Buffett.
not the singer.
Ain't he from Utah? He grew up in Utah, right?
Nah,
Or what?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay.
And he still lives there too.
Jerry Buss is from Utah. That's he was born in Utah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, great segue, by the way. Let's talk about some NBA basketball. We got the NBA draft coming up tomorrow. A lot of reports have come out this week about Kyrie Irving specifically. So today a report comes out that the Nets and Kyrie are far off on contract talks. So basically the Nets want to offer a 4-year deal, but they only want to guarantee 2 years of the deal because Kyrie has issues staying on the floor. And then
He keeps staying on the floor. He refused to get vaccinated. He only played like 35, 40 games last year. And
I think less than that.
Oh, plus the playoffs. And they got swept in the playoffs.
I think he only played like 30 games all year.
Damn,
less than that, dude.
Yeah, because I know they brought it up. They said in the last 3 years he only played 103 games. And they said this year alone, Kevon Looney played 104.
Yep. It's crazy, bro. And on top of that, like if you're an NFL owner, I was about to compare this to the NFL, but if you're an NBA owner, you want to protect yourself because you don't want to invest 4 or 5 years in a guy and then he doesn't play and you're locked up in that money because the NBA is a soft cap. So if he can't go and that's like a quarter of your salary cap, you're fucked.
Yeah, then he's a new owner at that too. So he definitely want to protect his investment. And then Kyrie saying what he said to the media doesn't help. That basketball isn't his number one priority and all this good stuff and refusing to be vaccinated, which is his choice. But at the end of the day, it's affect his team. And that's one of the main reasons why what's the name wanted to leave with James Harden got traded because he didn't want to keep dealing with Kyrie not being 100% committed to the team and the goal of winning the championship. So now the Nets could be in a sticky situation because if they do have to move Kyrie, because he could just opt out and leave for free. So I know they ain't gonna want to let him walk for nothing. So they might have to start looking at signing trades if they that far off on contract talks. Because it's talks of him being interested in the Lakers, the Clippers. So if he does leave New York, he might land on one of the LA teams.
I mean, he could be interested in anyone. The problem is are those teams interested
in him? Yeah, so that's true too.
And I think the Lakers are one team that would definitely be interested in him for the simple fact that like they're in a dog shit situation with Westbrook. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you're the Nets, like this is the thing with the Nets is if you trade Kyrie Irving, you probably have to trade Kevin Durant. So I can't assume he's gonna like want to be there with Russell Westbrook in a rebuild year. You know what I mean? Like, because trading Kyrie for Russ is good for the simple fact that after this year, that's $47 million off your books, right? So you can potentially go get another free agent, but then at the same time, it's like Kevin Durant's gonna be 35 years old next year. 34. How old is he? He's 33 right now, right?
Yeah, look it up.
He's like 33 or 34. So at this point in his career, it's tough to just waste a year of his.
He's 33 and he'll be 34 in September.
Yeah, so next season, not this coming season, but the next season, he'll be 35. So it's like, will Kevin Durant want to wait a year? So I think that's a sticky situation if you're the Nets. However, it does give you an opportunity to really kickstart a rebuild because you drafted Cam Thomas last year. He was pretty good. And then you get off of your 2 max salary players and you're left with Ben Simmons, who, if Ben Simmons is healthy, is a decent, like
Solid starter.
solid. Yeah, he's a solid player. So I mean, it gives you an opportunity to kind of rebuild quicker. Plus, you have that free agent money next season. So
Would Bradley Beal be interested in teaming up with KD if they were to get rid of?
that's interesting. I mean, he did opt out.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, though, the only thing is that the Nets can't just let Kyrie walk and sign somebody because they need those bird rights.
That's true.
And I don't think Washington would be. I mean, I doubt they would be interested in flipping Beal for Kyrie Irving. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, Washington is like, they gotta rebuild. They're at a point where it's like they need to stop faking, dude.
Yeah, they're not a contender. They just need to go trade everybody that's a big salary and just start building up draft capital. Just do what OKC do. Stink for a couple, 3-4 years, and then maybe if you draft right and make the right trade, you could be a contender.
Yep. That's the best way to do it, dude. And I think Sam Presti, the GM of the Oklahoma City Thunder, one of the most intelligent general managers in basketball. And he drafts very well, dude. He's drafted Lou Dort, drafted Westbrook, drafted KD. I mean, he's drafted Harden. He drafted a lot of great players, dude. So he knows what he's doing. And Josh Giddey looked great last year, too. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, there's options for him. I was on Maple's show, and I was talking about maybe they could flip SGA for Jaylen Brown because it makes sense for both the Celtics. Doesn't really, I mean, at this point, Oklahoma City could do anything and make sense, but
that don't make sense. If they get SGA, they'll be right back in the finals, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like at the same time, it's like SGA's a point guard and Giddey's a point guard. And Giddey you have under like a rookie scale contract. So it's like, you know, you're obviously not going to contend. You can get Jaylen Brown and some assets.
Yeah. But I don't know. Healthy Middleton. Yeah, I think the Bucks might be right back in it next year, honestly.
I mean, as long as you got 34 on the floor, you're probably always going to be the favorite.
Until y'all trade him.
Nah, I think he's going to retire a Buck. Unless
he don't need to.
No, he definitely doesn't need to, but
he need to get traded to Las Vegas when they get their team.
Oh, I love that.
Giannis in a big market. That's what he deserves.
I love that. I was gonna say if I seen him getting traded, it would be like with to Dallas with Luka, him and Luka. Because I mean, like there is gonna come a point with the Bucks where Drew and Middleton are gonna be older, and they're not gonna be as good. And Milwaukee never attracts free agents, regardless of who's on their team. So
that's not happening.
He's probably gonna the team will probably do him a solid too and be like, hey, where you want to be traded to, bro? Like, you don't deserve this anymore.
We trade him to LA.
Fuck, dude. I hope not. He don't deserve that. He
trade him to the Warriors.
Nah, with Luka, bro. I want to see him and Luka together. That'd be a sick tandem, bro.
Nah, I don't want to see that because I gotta then I have to deal with Dallas fans, and there's 2 Dallas fans in the group that I don't like hearing from at all ever. I got enough dealing with Luka. They don't deserve. Dallas doesn't deserve
anything nice or what?
Nah, I think Giannis. What about trading him to Miami?
Yeah, I mean Miami just doesn't have any assets because if you trade
New York,
obviously we're talking like 3 or 4 years down the line, but I mean still he's gonna command like a ton of assets, dude.
How old is he gonna be if he was 3-4 years from now? He's gonna be
41.
What?
I mean not 41, 31.
31?
Yeah.
Oh damn, he's still gonna be low key in his prime a little bit.
Yeah, the only thing is that like I'm not sure how his game's gonna grace age. You know what I mean? He's got to develop he's definitely got to continue to develop that
3-point shot.
Just a mid range. But I mean, this year he attempted less dunks than he's ever has in his career. Like there's an ongoing joke on Bucks Twitter that we miss seeing Giannis dunk on people.
Yeah, well, his mid game got a lot better. I saw him make a lot of turnaround fadeaways this year too. So
hella worked on it, but he's gonna have to.
Yeah, if he keep doing that, then he gonna be unstoppable. Shit, he damn near unstoppable now. So I don't know.
That's true.
Yeah, you gotta work on his free throws too.
Well, that was the weird thing, dude. Is he shot like 73% during the regular season. In the playoffs, he shot like 59%.
That's horrible.
And like last year it was opposite. He shot bad in the regular season. He shot good. And remember in the finals, he had that game where he shot like 17 of 17 free throws.
That last game, though, the 50 burger.
Put him on the map, dude. The GOAT, bro. Future GOAT.
He could be a GOAT if he win. What? He's got to win 6 championships, right? And don't lose one.
Why is that?
Because that's what everybody said about Jordan. 6 and 6.
Nah, that's just like the dumbest argument. So what about the other fucking?
They don't. Those other years
9
don't
years he
matter.
played? Why? What?
Like Skip Bayless said, it only matters what he got there, what he did on the big stage.
I'll never understand that argument. I will never understand it, bro.
Yeah, but like most people say,
I got a Michael Jordan autograph right there. Michael Jordan was my idol growing up, dude. Like,
how did you get a Michael Jordan autograph? Did you see that video that came out today? Some kids saw him. I don't take pictures. I don't take pictures.
I got that. My mom got that for me for my 8th birthday, dude. I've had it ever since.
Damn, a Michael Jordan autograph.
That was my idol, dude. Like, you don't understand. Like, I would worship the ground he walked on. Like, my room, I had that six figure, that cardboard cutout figure of Michael Jordan. Like, everything was Michael Jordan, dude. Like, that was my guy, bro.
That's why he's the GOAT.
And I hated LeBron when he first came into the league because he got all this attention. And you got to remember, LeBron's only a year older than me. So, like, when I was in high school playing basketball, like, I'm seeing him get all this attention. Obviously, he's way the fuck better than me. But I'm just like, damn, dude, this kid's just in high school. Like, how are they going to give him all this hype, call him the next best thing?
He was a chosen one, bro. I seen him play at the Nike thing when he used to do the open run stuff in modern day.
Just a beast, huh?
That dude was a monster.
Yeah, nah, incredible. What really changed my when I really started in accepting how good he was in 2007 when he beat the Pistons, dude. Basically by himself, dude. That shit was incredible, bro.
Yeah, that team was pretty damn good too, and he took that team completely apart.
Completely. And then in 2011, when he lost to the Mavericks, had one of the worst finals performances of all time.
Yeah, they had 6 points the last game.
He took the heat, dude, all summer long. Took the heat and bounced back and had one of the greatest seasons we've ever seen by a player, and he won a championship.
Yeah, he was. Those next 2-3 years in Miami, he was a monster.
I mean, for the next like 8 years after that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, but he went to 8 straight finals. Like, I don't think we ever gonna see that again.
That's unreal, bro. And people are like, "Whoa, the East is weak." It's like, bro, nobody else was doing it. Nobody else doing it since, dude. Like, what are we talking about here, man? Like, doing that is impressive, especially considering some of the teams he was on.
Yeah, you just gotta give credit what credit is due, because that last Cavs team that got swept by the Warriors, they had no business being in the final.
They had no business winning a playoff series, dude. Like, LeBron literally had to fucking carry them every series to the finals. Like, that's tough to do, bro.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I think what really would have solidified Giannis, like, as far as, like, his place amongst history, if he beat Celtics this year without Middleton, man, y'all would have wanted to mute me, dude. Because that would have been a great feat, dude. Because that Celtics team was good, man.
Yeah, Celtics team was good. I don't see how they lost to the Warriors. But
they don't have a point guard. They needed a point guard. Literally, that's why you get SGA, bro.
Yeah, him and Tatum. Bro. They wouldn't have to give up Smart either. They would be able to keep Smart too, huh?
Yeah, honestly, thinking about it, might even want to try to trade Smart because while Smart's like a good player, I look at him more like a small Draymond Green, but not as good of a passer as Draymond Green, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, he's not as good as a passer. He's a better shooter.
Yeah.
Just as good a defender. Yeah, it makes kind of sense. The smaller Draymond Green. But I don't know, man. Draymond Green is just overhyped to me. That dude, his offensive game is so trash now. It's horrible. Yeah. But he makes up for it, like you said, with his playmaking and his defense. So
that's the thing is, like, what really changed in that Warriors series, which I noticed, was they stopped giving Draymond the ball and really took him off the ball and put the ball in Steph Curry's hands, and that's really what changed that whole series, dude.
Steph 1-on-1. Who got the number 1 pick tomorrow?
The Orlando Magic.
Are they taking Chet or are they taking Ivy?
No, they're not taking Ivy. They have like fucking 35 point guards on their roster, dude. They've drafted 2 point guards the last 2 years. There's no way they take another point guard.
Well, they taking a big man in for sure.
Yeah, and then there's also, I mean, obviously, right when they got the first pick, there was reports that they're gonna let Mo Bamba walk. So obviously that leads the way. They still have Wendell Carter Jr. I mean, I think they're gonna take Jabari Smith. I think Jabari Smith, in the eyes of evaluators, is just the safer
More
pick.
NBA ready.
Yeah, and he's a safer pick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like Chet, there is development in the body that needs to happen. The skills are all there for sure, but some teams, especially like the Magic, who don't develop players very well, you know what I mean? Like they're probably like, hey man, let's just take the safer pick. Let's take Jabari Smith. We already have Wendell Carter Jr. We could put him next to him. So if he's not as good of a defender, it's not going to matter. Wendell Carter Jr. can cover up in the back end. You drafted Franz Wagner last year, and you drafted Jalen Suggs from Gonzaga. You also have Cole Anthony Jr. You have Markelle Fultz coming back. And remember, Markelle Fultz, before he got that knee injury, was looking good.
Yeah, he was actually looking like a number 1 pick.
Yeah, he started looking good again. So I think it only makes sense that the Magic take Jabari Smith number 1. I mean, if I was them, I would take Chet Holmgren because I think he's also a plug-and-play type player. I just think that I don't know, dude. The NBA is fucking weird, dude. The NBA, we could all think one thing's going to happen, and then tomorrow it's a totally different thing, bro. Especially because a lot of trades are going to happen.
He got to work on his physical. He got to work on his body and get a little bit more physical.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like Jabari Smith got to grow into his frame too. He's not much bigger than Chet.
Oh, okay.
And he doesn't have as good of handles. He's not as good of a defender. And he shot 42% from 3, but Chet Holmgren shot 40% from 3. And he also blocked 4.4 balls a game.
So that's a wash.
So that's why I'm saying, like, me personally, I'm taking Chet Holmgren. I think the Magic are going to take Jabari Smith.
Okay.
Number 2, we got who's drafting number 2? Houston? Or no, I'm sorry, OKC.
OKC.
They definitely taking Chet Holmgren if he drops to him, dude. That's a Sam Presti pick all the way. Put him next to Pokusevski too. 2 fucking 7-footers that could shoot the 3 and dribble. Woo!
That'll be nice.
Yeah, and both dudes got to get stronger too, so they can fucking put them in the weight room together.
we work out buddies.
Yep. No, I think OKC got some good things going on, dude.
Hey, the Rockets got the 3rd pick.
Yeah, I think the Rockets would love to have Chet fall to him too.
Is they gonna take the mock draft? Got them taking Paolo.
If I was Houston, personally, I would take Jaden Ivey because you could put him next to Gerald Green. He's immediately going to be the better defender because the one thing Gerald Green does lack, or I'm sorry, not Gerald Green, Jalen Green. The one thing he does lack is he's not a good defender.
Okay.
And that's what the Warriors did really well with Steph is they acknowledged that really quickly. They go out and get Klay Thompson, one of the best 3-and-D players in his prime, right? Now, I'm not saying Jaden Ivey is Klay Thompson, but he's immediately going to be a better defender, and he has the ability to be a great offensive player. Like, we're talking Derrick Rose type player in his prime.
What about Jalen Duren? Where you see him going?
Jalen Duren, I think, is going to fall like a little bit down the draft. I think he's going to go top 10.
Okay.
I think he's like, there's a place in this league for guys that are athletic and can defend the rim because outside of 3-point shooting, the next best trait is probably protecting the rim because you can't give up easy buckets in the NBA, dude. You know what I mean? So I think he has his place. If he can ever develop an offensive game outside of just being a lob catcher, I think that only benefits him. But even at the worst, dude, you're getting a guy that can get out on the perimeter and defend the perimeter, plus he can block shots and rebound at a very, very high level. And you saw what they did for the Warriors with Kevin Looney.
What about our boy from the Bay, from Seaside?
Jamari Bouye? Dude, I love Jamari Bouye, bro. I lived in Monterey for when he was in high school, so I'm very very familiar with him. I saw him play at Palma High School. He was excellent. One of the best players out of the 831. Goes to San Francisco. He really developed, man. He had a great senior season. And I think it only boosted him. I think if he didn't have that good of a senior season, he would have really have to grind. I think he's going to be a second round pick. A lot of people are saying he has the offensive capabilities of Jordan Poole, but I keep having to remind people that he is only 6 feet tall and Jordan Poole is 6'3". And those 3 inches are a big difference in the NBA, dude.
Yeah,
Because Jordan Poole is not a great defender by any stretch of the imagination.
He got played off the floor in the finals.
Yeah, but if you're 6'3", at least I have a little more faith in you. Whereas if you're 6'1" and not a good defender, I can't hide you very well because anybody can fucking attack you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think at best you're looking at a guy that can give you some offense off the bench, a great like 6-man type player, a guy that can run your second unit offense.
Okay.
But I'm not sure he's going to be much better than that. Similar to Malachi Flynn for Toronto, who played at San Diego State.
Okay.
Like, dude, he was one of the runners up. Like, he was a top 5 player, national player of the year. But the problem is at the NBA level, he's just too small, bro.
Who's the sleeper of the draft?
The sleeper, man. I mean, you've heard me talk about Jalen Williams from Arkansas. I don't think he'll ever be a star, but I think he's going to be a fucking guy that's going to be around this league for a very long time because he works extremely hard. And he could switch out on the perimeter and defend. He could protect the rim, and he's a great rebounder. I think you always need those kind of guys on your team. But as far as like star potential from a late round pick, oh man, I'd probably say like Nikola Jovic, for the simple fact that like he has everything you want from an NBA prospect. He could shoot the 3, he could dribble, he's 6'10", you know what I mean? He could pass at a high level. The only thing is he's not an excellent defender. And if you think Chet Holmgren is skinny, you should see this kid, dog. Like, he definitely needs to fucking hit the weight room, dude.
Okay, so the last one I'm gonna ask you about, because the top 5 you got Jabari, Chet, Paolo, Jaden, Keegan Murray. Who does he remind you of?
Keegan Murray?
Mm-hmm.
Man, Keegan Murray reminds me of like I think at best he's gonna be like Rashard Lewis. Like, he's gonna be a guy that will be a great 3-point shooter that's like 6'9", 6'10". He can rebound, maybe handle the ball a little, but I don't think he'll ever be like if he's the second best player on your team, you're drafting in the lottery every year.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So basically after the top 4 is gonna be a big drop off.
Well, I mean, I think it's like that in every draft. Very rarely do you like hit a fucking superstar, but I think Dyson Daniels has very good potential. I have him as a sixth best prospect because I think there's a big boomer bust there. Like, I could see him being absolute dog shit and being out of the league, and I could see him being an all-star, a fucking 9-time all-star.
Okay.
I think Shaden Sharp, another similar thing. He was supposed to go to Kentucky, didn't play a single game at Kentucky. So there's questions about, like off the court issues, right? Extremely gifted offensively, but we haven't seen him play it like at even the college level. So how do we know how he's going to play? You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot of unknowns there. You know what I mean?
He's a projected top 10 pick.
Yeah, because he's gifted, dude. But so is fucking Jaden Hardy, kid from Las Vegas, Nevada, dude. Skipped out on college, goes to the G League, doesn't have a very good year. And then there's all these reports that I'm hearing, like, from people out here in Vegas, and this kid's from Vegas, and I'm hearing that he's not a hard worker, he's lazy, he's just, what's the word that I'm looking for when someone's, like, coddled?
Spoiled.
Like, he's just, they question that work ethic, and, like, I don't want that kind of guy if I'm fucking gonna pay him millions of dollars, dude.
Yeah, you don't want those kind of red flags at all.
At all. I think Kennedy Chandler could be really good. A lot of reports coming out that during workouts with teams, primarily the Bucks, worked out with Ty Washington, and I guess like reports are coming out that he shit all over Ty Washington, just like made Ty Washington look bad. as you can see, I don't even have Ty Washington in my top 30, dude.
Mm.
Because I think that kid is going to be Andre Miller. So if you like Andre Miller, congratulations. A dude that doesn't jump.
Sheesh.
But Andre Miller worked hard. I don't think Ty Washington works hard.
Okay.
I also don't know him. I'm just going based off reports, so keep that in mind.
I got you.
But no, I'm really looking forward to this NBA draft, dude. I think this is a deep draft, Ervin. I think we're going to get a lot of players that are going to play in this league for a very long time. I just think that the superstar potential is minimized here. Similar to, the draft 2019 or 20 with LaMelo and stuff. I think it's a similar type draft where it's going to be a lot of players that are going to be able to play. It's just very few of them are going to be like LaMelo Ball.
And boy from Minnesota, he was balling. Number 1 pick.
From Minnesota?
Yeah, he was
Anthony
number 1 pick.
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards.
Yep. Baller, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone questioned whether he liked basketball and shit.
No, I was comparing him to D Wade coming out of college. I'm like, yeah, that dude was gonna be nice.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think he has more potential than D Wade because D Wade never developed a 3-point shot. He already got that.
Yeah, his 3-pointer is pretty damn cold.
It's just D Wade was a fucking hell of a defender too.
Yeah, and a slasher. You couldn't stop his ass from getting to the rim.
Nah, and he could finish through contact like crazy.
Yeah. That 4-game stretch versus the Mavericks, motherfucker was Michael Jordan reincarnated.
Well, he also shot like 65 free throws in 2 games.
Hey, that's what happens. You can't stop him driving to the rack, all that contact.
Nah, he was nice, dude. He was.
Yeah, don't cook up none of your so-called 2002 Lakers and Kings.
Who?
Yeah, remember you was like, when the Lakers beat the Kings, there was a lot of controversy around that game.
Well, there is controversy, but I still think the Lakers were obviously the better team.
Yeah. Well, Page shouldn't have hit the side of the damn backboard. He could have won.
The Kings still had a whole other game to win. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you got screwed out of 1 game, but you still have a whole nother game. What's the excuse then? You know what I mean? And they had that game at home. You know what I mean? So it's
like I said, Page hit the side of the backboard.
Yeah, no, they didn't deserve to win, dude. They can cry about it all they want. You know, it is what it is.
What's the odds on them making the playoffs next year?
The Kings?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking probably like a fucking Lamborghini. Dude, like there's no fucking way they're gonna. Hold on, did you say make the playoffs?
Yeah, they haven't made the playoffs in what, 17 years now? 18 years?
To make the playoffs, I mean, now that there's like 10 teams, dude, I think there's like a better chance. But yeah, dude, I would still I wouldn't bet it. You know what I mean? At all. I would not take a bet for the Kings to make the playoffs. But if you think about the West, like, all right, we're hearing reports now that DeAndre Ayton probably won't be back for the Suns, so they're probably going to be worse, right? Plus, CP3 is a year older. He looked washed.
Yep.
The Pelicans should be better given health.
The Clippers are going
to be better, but again, like they got to stay healthy, and that's been a big if.
Yeah.
They don't ever stay healthy, and Kawhi's only going to be a year older. How old is Kawhi now? Like 32, 33?
Let's see. I think he graduated from high school a year after me.
What year did you graduate? 2009?
2008. 30.
Yeah, he's 30, so you know.
And Paul George is 32.
Yeah, Paul George getting older. And that team does have a lot of older pieces. Like Robert Covington posted on Instagram today that like he was going fucking MIA because he's like mentally not stable and shit. Like shout out, dude.
Well, hopefully he gets that together. You know,
keep Rocco in your thoughts, dude. That's pretty sad stuff. But Dallas will be better, right?
Yeah.
Houston will be better. Oklahoma City will be better. Memphis will be better. Minnesota will be better. Portland, you know, getting Jeremy Grant. I'm not sure what that really does for them.
It's not gonna do a lot.
Kind of torn, but I mean that's the one thing they've always been missing was a defensive wing, and I I really like Nasir Little out of North Carolina for them. I thought he was nice. Anthony Simons is really good too, but problem with Anthony Simons and Dwayne Wade is neither of them are good defenders, so you can't really play them together. During the regular season, sure, but in the playoffs, like, dude, those dudes are gonna get cooked, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Portland could be better though. They should probably make the playoffs, dude. If they got Dame, they're gonna make the playoffs. You don't agree with that?
What?
That Portland's gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna miss it 2 years in a row. They just gotta stay healthy. We had a bunch of injuries last year, and trading CJ didn't help, but they just had to break it up.
Yeah, no, it was time. They should have done that shit 3 years ago, to be honest. Denver's gonna be better too. Denver's gonna be better.
Because Jamal Murray gonna come back.
And Michael Porter Jr. San Antonio, if they trade DeJounte Murray, which I don't fucking understand why they would do that.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
If they trade him, dude, it's not gonna be fucking pretty for them, dude.
Yeah, complete rebuild. Greg Popovich should just retire and go to another squad.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, dude, like, I don't think the Kings are gonna make the playoffs because we just named like 9 teams that are better than them.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, unless a miracle happens.
Yeah, so I think they're fucking cooked, dude. So they can count that shit out. I honestly, dude, I thought they should have traded De'Aaron Fox, but thinking about it, I don't think that they were able to because I can't imagine that any GM was like willing to take on that contract.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, Felipe posted something in the chat saying that they could have got from up under. They should have never traded Holly Burton. Yeah, that was a dumbass trade, bro.
Bro, I told Rocco when it happened. He was like, "Nah, I think that's a good trade." I was like, "No, bro. Like,
that was a horrible trade."
Sabonis is a big man that doesn't protect the rim. Like,
yeah.
If you don't protect the rim, you better be as good as fucking Jokic, dude. Like, that's what I need from you if you can't defend the rim. You're useless to me, bro. You're useless.
Damn, what are the Kings doing? Vlade not still their GM, is he?
Nah, they're still being the Kings.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess they just cursed.
Bro, there's like reports coming out that first I heard a report that Jaden Ivey's team called the Sacramento Kings and told them not to draft him. But then a report came out today saying that Sacramento hasn't been in contact with Jaden Ivey's team. So I don't know which one is true. It could be smoke from both sides, but it could also mean that Sacramento is definitely trading that pick.
Yeah, I think they are too.
Because I don't know. Sacramento's in a fucking. They're in a mess, dude. They're in an absolute fucking mess of a situation.
Shout out Felipe. Hopefully y'all get it together.
The crazy thing is too is their owner's like hella smart, dude. Like a very intelligent man.
Yeah.
But he just, I don't know, dude. I don't know what's up with the Kings.
He's not hiring the right people. Put it basically.
Yeah, I mean, I thought when Vlade Divac drafted like 3 centers, thought that was time. Thought that was a sign for him to go, dude. But they still held on to him and still kept fucking riding it.
Oh man, I still can't believe he passed on Lucas.
Dude, but I mean, like, to be honest, like a lot of people they were still questioning, like, oh, will that translate over to America? And it's like, bro, this dude just...
But it's not. If you had 2 eyes, a 20/20 vision, and watched him play basketball, his game would have translated to any league.
Man, there's people you interact with that told me that he was going to be fucking Tony Kukoc 2.0.
Tony Kukoc wasn't a bad player, so I don't see how that's.
But Luka's also already better than he ever was.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that because you got he was an international player, so of course it's gonna be some type of.
Why do we always have to like relate white players to white players?
Well, he's not white. He's European. This is different. He's not an American.
Why is it different?
Because he's been playing professional basketball since he was 15.
I know, but for a good 15-year period, Ervin, every fucking 7-foot white dude that came around was the next Dirk. Like why was he the next Dirk, dude?
Because Dirk was a monster.
And he was white.
That's fine. Kristoff, the dude before him, Bargnani, said you gotta.
Bro,
they got that
dude.
He was cold. I don't know how the hell he didn't work out, but you just gotta compare him to who they was relatable to. There was a 7 foot tall white guy that could shoot, dribble, and handle the ball. So comparing with Dirk. Before Dirk, like you said, Tony Kukoc. Tony Kukoc was a beast.
Nah, Tony Kukoc was nice. Don't get me
So,
wrong, but
Scottie Pippen quit on his team because of Tony Kukoc was going to get the last shot. That was horrible, bro. I would have never thought Scottie Pippen would do some shit like that. But
I keep telling people, bro, like professional sports is a business, dude.
yeah, you gotta be able to live with the decisions that your coach gonna make.
Yeah, but at the same time, is like if you're a player, like you know, I don't know.
Well, Scottie Pippen is kind of delusional because he think he's on the same level as Michael Jordan. So,
Man, honestly, I just think people are so. I think Scotty is so tired of people shitting on him and like being like, "Oh, he's just Jordan's sidekick." That finally he was just like, "Dude, I'm so fucking like." Imagine how mentally taxing that has to be, dude.
It's okay to be a Robin, bro. You're probably the greatest Robin in the history of basketball.
Yeah, but I mean, like, dude, imagine hearing that your whole life, like half of your life, dude. Everyone's like, "Oh, hey, it's Michael Jordan's teammate." It's
well,
you know what I mean?
you played with the greatest, who many consider the greatest professional, not just
No, it's true.
basketball player. A lot of people consider Michael Jordan the greatest professional athlete ever, next to Wayne Gretzky. So,
I mean, Michael Jordan, he created a whole new market for professional athletes.
yeah.
Off of what they did. So
on and off the court, if I was Jordan's teammate, I wouldn't be complaining.
I get that. I totally get that. But as like a human being, when you always have to hear that, I think that it can be.
Well, you should have demanded a trade then. Like, suck it up, man. like don't just wait all these years and try to come out and say, "Oh yeah, Mike didn't win nothing until he got me." Da-da-da-da-da. So you really think Mike would have never won a championship if he didn't have Scottie Pippen as a teammate?
We'll never know. We will never. We can debate it till the sun comes up tomorrow, but we'll never know.
I'll bet every penny I'm going to make for the rest of my life that Mike would have won a ring without.
But there's no way to prove it, so you're betting nothing, dude.
We gotta go hot tub time machine. We'll go back in time.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna be Jerry. I'm gonna be.
So what if they trade? What if they were to trade? Like, let's just say they trade Scottie Pippen for like.
I would have traded Scottie Pippen for Shaq.
Yeah, the Magic would have never done that. Dude, Shaq was like the next best.
I would have traded Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen and got Shaq and teamed him up with Michael Jordan.
Nah, there's no way that would have happened, dude.
What was a GM name? Jerry Cross, whatever his name was.
That would have been nasty though. MJ and Shaq, dude. But then you know what, Irv? If that were to happen, then Kobe may never have been Kobe.
Nah, because then Shaq would have left the Bulls in '98.
There's no way he leaving. Yeah. Come on, dog. Come on.
Oh, man.
So it's called the butterfly effect, dude. You change one thing and you change everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it goes.
That would mean Kobe would have been teammates with Tim Duncan and they would have won like 7 in a row.
Maybe Kobe would have been a Charlotte Hornet, dude.
Nah, they would have traded him.
Who knows what happens if Shaq gets traded, dude? That changes the course of history, bro. It changes everything. Maybe Jordan doesn't retire in '98 if he has a fucking young Shaq. And he goes on to win 8 straight titles with Shaq.
And then your boy, and then, woof.
Man, hey, you ever seen that movie or that TV show, The Man in the High Castle?
Nah, I've never watched that.
Well, it's also a book. You should read the book. The book's really good. It's basically a reverse history, like if the Nazis won the war and how like America would be, like we'd be run by Nazis and Japan, right?
Damn.
I'm gonna create a movie about what would have happened if they traded for Shaq and how the course of history would have changed.
Yeah.
We got a movie, dude.
Sheesh.
We got a movie. Science fiction, baby.
Shout out Scottie Pippen. Find me some Gucci flip flops tomorrow.
Shit, man, we're getting way off track. Let's talk about some. Let's talk about some MLB futures. Hey, it's all good. We can get off track, dude. As long as it's good talk.
MLB Futures.
Let's talk about some MVP numbers right now. So let's talk about AL MVP. So right now, Aaron Judge is an heavy favorite, minus 105 to win AL MVP. Shohei Ohtani plus 474. Mike Trout plus 500. Jose Ramirez plus 869. And Rafael Devers plus 1500. What do you think about them?
If things stay the way they do, then Aaron Judge is probably going to comfortably win the MVP. Now, if Shohei gets hot, then
Bro, after these last 2 days, Shohei's probably going to be in the number one spot, bro. I'm not even lying.
yeah, because if he gets hot, because you got to think he's a two-way player. So if he's pitching at a high level and hitting at the level he was last year, then he could probably win back-to-back MVPs. But Judge, I don't know, man. He's hitting too many solo home runs for me. Like, his team need to learn how to get on base, and this dude could have his numbers right now is pretty damn good. If he had a team that could get on base,
well, Irv, he had bases loaded today and he struck out.
that's just he's the king of the solo home run right now. Shout out to Yankee fans. I can't wait till they come back to earth and lose in the playoffs.
Their starting pitching is already coming back to earth. Jordan Montgomery gave up fucking 4 earned runs today. Nestor Cortez gave up 4 yesterday. They got James Tyon going on the hill against Houston tomorrow, which I'm gonna get to.
Yeah, and we know what type of pitcher that dude is. So
that's true. Angels win tonight 5-0. Ohtani, I think Ohtani went the distance, maybe, dude.
Yeah, I think Ohtani is gonna come down to him, Judge, and who's in third place?
Third place, I believe, is Mike Trout.
Oh yeah, Trout is always gonna be an MVP, kind of top 2, 3, 1 in the MVP conversation. That's just how good that dude is. So you can never take nothing away from him. Devers has proven himself to be really pretty damn good. I don't know. Was Jose Ramirez anywhere near the top?
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say, like, if Jose Ramirez wasn't playing for Cleveland, he's probably the front runner right now, to be honest.
Why did he sign that contract with them?
Well, I mean, I don't blame him. Like,
I don't blame him either, but he could have got way more in the open market.
Maybe, but I mean, you got to remember, dude, like,
it's all about being comfortable, and that's where he wants to be.
His family's there. Like, he's familiar with the organization. They've taken care of him since he was a kid, basically.
Loyalty, I get it, but I don't know. Players like that, I just wish hit the open market. Like, I don't want to see Juan Soto in Washington for another 2-3 years.
Why? Washington will be a good team again.
No, but they're not gonna have him. They're gonna be a good team because they're gonna trade him.
I mean, they got nice pieces already because they fucking took your guys' top prospects.
Well, Ruiz and Bussingham are solid, but they need way more than that.
Man, Washington always drafts well.
That's true. And Strasburg, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna ever be the same.
Nah, they're probably gonna. I mean, they already put him back on the IL. I was gonna say they were hoping he was gonna be good so they could trade him at the deadline, flip him for some prospects, but I doubt that happened. Sorry, I was trying to pull up the leads here. So Jose Ramirez is third in WAR at 3.9 behind Manny Machado and Rafael Devers. He has a WRC plus of 187, which is right behind Paul Goldschmidt and Mike Trout. He has a 303 batting average, which is only behind Machado and Devers and Bogarts. Jesus Christ, Bogarts fucking having a great year.
I know he a future Dodger.
Y'all better hope so.
I already told Brian that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna probably Trey Turner gonna get that big deal. Bogart's gonna be a free agent at the end of the year. We're gonna sign him.
And Jose Ramirez, dude, he has 62 RBIs. Aaron Judge only has 50.
Sheesh.
And Aaron Judge has 26 home runs, bro. That's so many solo shots, dude. That's literally like half his RBIs are solo home runs, dude.
Yankees, please start getting on base, man, so this dude could win MVP. Because if Shohei gets hot, he's gonna win it again.
Yeah, no, he definitely probably will. All right, let's look at some NL. Would you take any of these bets though?
I would take Trout.
You would take Trout? See, like, dude, me and Ben talked about this like 3 weeks ago. I was like all over Jose Ramirez, but his odds got even worse, and he's still playing well. It's like, dude, what the fuck? So, I mean, if Judge didn't play in New York, I think it would be a lot different. Because I think Jose Ramirez is the best player, dude.
I know I like Jose Ramirez a lot, and I think Aaron Judge, this might be his last year with the Yankees
Yeah, he's gonna be a Red Sox next year.
or Angel.
Nah, I don't think the Angels are gonna fucking sign him, dude. There's no way they're gonna fucking.
They gonna sign Aaron Judge and trade Shohei.
Oh my god, the Angels. They're just something else. They're out of this world. All right, NL MVP. We got we had some movement because Machado got hurt. Goldschmidt has moved into the favorite. Plus
Yeah, I was
191.
gonna say.
Polar Bear Pete plus 647. Mookie Betts was actually number one. Him and Machado are 1 and 2. They both fell this week because of injuries. Obviously, Mookie Betts plus 920 now. Bryce Harper plus 800.
All right, I'm gonna do it. I like Mookie. Mookie come back healthy.
Man, I picked Mookie to win MVP at the beginning of the year, but Irv, dude, if he's out like 2 months, I don't
I know
think
that's
he's
what I'm saying.
play
He can
enough
only be out
games,
like a
bro.
month and a half.
Yeah.
If he's out for 2 months, then I don't think he's gonna be able to, unless he just come back and goes absolutely bonkers.
And then Manny Machado, dude, like that's a tough break, bro. He's playing some phenomenal baseball.
Playing like the best baseball you done seen him play.
Yeah, that's tough. I agree with this. I do think Paul Goldschmidt is the favorite right now. Honestly, I wouldn't put money on it. I would still probably put money on Pete Alonso, because if he playing in New York, if he is even like a top 3 player, top 4 player in the NL, he's probably going to have some extra oomph to win because he plays in New York. You know what I mean? A little extra push. And he's been playing great. Polar Bear Pete Alonso, man.
Yeah. Is he due for a contract anytime soon?
Oh, he's got to be coming up for sure. He only has like 1 or 2 years left of arbitration.
Oh yeah, it's definitely coming up.
Yeah, it's got to be coming up shortly. All right, let's get to some best bets.
Let's go, y'all.
You got any best bets for the people?
Best bets. Let me look it up. Chet Holmgren going number 1. Nah, I'm just playing.
Nah, he not. Don't give.
Best bet for tomorrow. Let's take the Pirates money line and the over
Chicago.
Chicago.
Damn, I like the Cubs in that game. But my best bet, I'm going Astros. First 5 money line against the Yankees. You could probably get it like plus 100, plus 106. Gonna get some good value. But Framber Valdez is gonna be on the mound. He has a 1.61 ERA on the road, only allowing 8 earned in 44 2/3 innings this year. And the Astros also are 4th in WRC plus against right-handed pitching. And they're actually number 1 in WRC plus on the road on offense this year. They are coming off a pretty long homestand, but I like Framber Valdez versus Jameson Taillon next start. Jameson Taillon has been kind of falling off. He did not give up any runs against Toronto, but he did only go 4 innings, dude. So like, it's not like he was out there very long. And the Yankees are due for regression, bro. We've seen it from their last 2 starters, dog. So let's take it. Let's take Houston. The dogs will be barking, baby. Let's go. I was surprised you didn't take Dodgers, dude.
I know, that's what I wanted to do, because Hunter Green got shelled his last start. I just looked at that.
Hunter Green's a wild card, though, bro, because he can either be fucking throw
Amazing.
no-hit baseball or he's
Yeah,
getting
he
shelled,
gonna give up 4 or 5 runs.
Yeah, he's a tough one to gauge, dude. I would
Really?
say that the Dodgers have a pretty high K percentage, so I don't think that's a good spot for them. Plus, who's starting for the Dodgers?
Clayton.
And I mean, Kershaw. What are we gonna get from Kershaw? What do you think the Dodgers get from Kershaw tomorrow?
I think they get a solid start.
I think that's a total stay away game, dude.
Oh yeah, well I'm gonna stay away from that. Let's see, what else should we do? I'm gonna do the Astros.
Yeah, I like the Astros play. I love that Astros play. Man, we gotta get out of here though. We've been on here for a minute. People are probably tired of hearing this talk. But if you're not, make sure to go to taproomsports.com. You can catch all our podcasts. We're live every Sunday through Wednesday, and then the podcast comes out the following day. We're giving y'all best bets. We've been fucking extremely fucking hot lately, so now is the time. Strike it while the iron is hot, baby. Let's go. Make sure to go to Tavour.com or download the Tavour app straight to your mobile device and use promo code Taproom for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. For Swerving Ervin, Washington, I'm Jordan. Stacks on stacks on stacks, lads. We will catch y'all later. Have a great weekend. I don't have a golf play this weekend, sorry.